applause. Say welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yay. All right, so to our debate, well, let me get this started. We want to thank our debaters for joining us today, not that they had a choice. And we would like to first welcome Isaiah as the Prime Minister to give a speech not to exceed 3 minutes. Your timekeeper today will be Noelle. Okay, so please watch Noelle. She is in the front row. All right, let's give him a round of applause. Make him feel welcome. Go ahead and step up to the microphone. And please make sure that the mic is turned on.
Hello?
Turn it on.
This is good?
There you go. And we are ready to go. All right. Easy does it, gentlemen. Whenever you're ready. Miss Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you may begin.
Okay. Hi, I'm Isaiah Davis. I am Prime Minister of the government. And I would like to first thank the audience, the timekeeper, the judges, my partner Clay, and the opposition, Cody and Jose. The topic for today is whether or not dorm students should have a bedtime, a lights out bedtime. And our stance as the government is that no, they should not. Our first point is because it gives them more time to study. For example, if a student has a test the next day, he may want to have more time to review on his notes and stuff. Our second point is that the internet shuts off and the students cannot play games anyways. So they are forced to study, so they may be forced to study or spend time with their friends and build meaningful relationships. And our second point is that it creates a level of responsibility in the students because they have to make their own bedtime for themselves. And then they have to, if for say, they stay up too late, then they may have to suffer the consequences of being tired the next day. As a review, I want to say our first point is that it gives them more time to study. Our second point is that the internet shuts off, and so they have no choice other than to build meaningful relationships or study again. And our third point is that it creates a level of responsibility in the students. Again, I want to thank our audience and the judges and the timekeeper, the opposition, and my partner. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper.
1:48.
1:48. Thank you very much. Miss Timekeeper, will you please put about 1 minute on the clock for Jose to plan his arguments, please? And audience members, you may caucus. That means you may chit-chat about what you think you saw or heard. Quietly, please.
Time is up.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, let's please welcome with a round of applause, Jose, please. Round of applause. And we welcome him to the mic as the first speaker of the leader of opposition with a speech not to exceed 3 minutes. Please watch Miss Noelle for your time. Miss Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yes.
Excellent. Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, as long as the mic is on, you may begin.
My name is Jose, and I am from the opposition, and this is my partner Cody. And I'd like to thank and acknowledge the opposing team for being here. I'd also like to thank the audience, the judges, the timekeepers, and for the time today. And our topic is, should dorm students have a bedtime or should they not? And we as the opposition think that they should have a bedtime. The first statement that the government made was that they have more time to study. But there 24 hours in a day, and there are only 8 hours in a school day, and there may be plenty of time for them after school to study between sports and dinner and stuff. So that argument isn't really relevant considering how much time we have in a day. And they also said that it helps create relationships, which is also not very true considering there are plenty of times outside the school day to create relationships with friends. And they also stated that the internet cuts off at 12 o'clock, which is true, but students may have cell phones or hotspots that they can use to create their own internet. So in this case, they may be able to stay up later and play video games or do their homework and stuff like that. So in review, I'd like to say that students may have plenty of time to study throughout the day, and they also may have time to create relationships outside of the time zone late at night, and they may have hotspots on their phones or may be up late on their phones at night. So I'd like to thank the audience for being here today, the judges for judging, the timekeeper for his time, and the opposing team for being here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper. 2:18. Thank you very much. Madam Timekeeper, Miss Timekeeper, will you please put 1 minute on the clock for Clay to prepare his arguments? Thank you. Remember, audience, don't be afraid to check with one another with what you heard. You need to clarify.
Would you rather me like count down, like when you have 2 minutes left, I say 2, and then 1, and then?
Yeah.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and welcome our member of government, Clay, to the stand. Give him a round of applause. And remind him that he should have a speech that does not exceed 3 minutes. Please watch Noel for your time. Ms. Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you may begin.
Hi, I'm Clay. I am the member of the government. I want to thank the audience, the timekeeper, the judges, and the opposition for being here today. This is my partner, Isaiah Davis. He is the Prime Minister, and I want to address some points that Jose previously stated. He stated for our first point about the 24 hours in a day, but our students may want to go outside and relax with friends and do all that. They may not want to continue their school day right after the school day got out, so they would want to study after the dorms closes when that's all they can do. Then in his second point, he stated that it creates relationships, and that's the wrong idea. Our second point was the internet shuts off at that part. But so going back on our point, this would be able to, since the internet cuts off, he also stated that they would use data. But not everybody has unlimited data, and plus your data has limits. And the students may already be using their data. We have no control over that. His third point was the internet, but our third point was responsibility. And with responsibility, they would have to suffer consequences if they went to bed at the wrong time, waking up late, then getting detentions. And if the school says that they're preparing us for
later in life scenarios, then this would be a way to show it, because we don't have set bedtimes when we get out of high school. We set our own bedtimes after that. So again, I want to thank the audience for being here, the opposing team, the judges, the timekeeper.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper.
1:56.
1:56. Thank you very much. Will you please put 1 minute on the clock for Cody to prepare his arguments? Thank you very much.
Time's up.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and give Cody a warm welcome as the member of government and the second speech from the opposition. Again, we remind him that this speech should not exceed 3 minutes only. And please watch Ms. Noel for your time. Ms. Timekeeper, are you ready? Excellent. Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, you may begin.
My name is Cody. My partner here, thanks for my partner here is Jose. We are here to, as the opposition. Thanks for the government here today. Also, I like to thank the audience, the judges, timekeeper, for your time to be here today. Our topic is whether our dorm students should have bedtime or should not. We think that we shouldn't, as the government said that the first one that they said, we may not want to be studying until the dorm is closed. They may have the time of they may have 24 hours, as my partner said. Also, the dorm internet was closed at 12. That is late already for everybody here. And our schools start at 7, so that's already late for them. The second part was the student have limited data, and that doesn't mean that they cannot share the hotspot to other students, which some students do have unlimited data, and the limited still can share hotspots, so the others can play games through night. They may got the third point was they may got detention if they're not responsibility for the time to go to sleep, which means sometimes they do want to avoid it, but they don't know what they're doing, because sometimes we think differently. At night we can be like we're gonna be like just playing more game or a little bit more. This doesn't matter sometimes, which they will get detention, and that means they got bad for the future, because for their jobs in the future they need the option of the teacher to give them point for their college after, if they got too much detentions. That's just my 3 points. Study more, even they're not gonna get study more if they wait until the dorm close. And they share the data anyways. And the third point is they cannot avoid
Stop.
tensions.
Okay, stop, please. All right, let's give him a round of applause, please. Thank you. And I'm assuming that's right on 3 minutes then. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Timekeeper. All right, now remember, Jose, we're coming right back to you. Jose, yes? Jose, you know you're next, right? We're coming back to you next. You know that.
Reviewing his point, right?
Okay, you should know what you need to do. You get 1 minute on the clock, Ms. Timekeeper, please. Thank you. Remember, don't be afraid to chit chat, audience. It's okay. Okay, thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Jose back for the last speech for the opposition with a round of applause, please. And let us remind both the timekeeper and the speaker that this speech should only last 2 minutes this time. All right, 2 minutes only, please. Miss Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yes.
Excellent. Mr. Speaker, as long as the mic's on, you're ready to go. Okay, whenever you're ready.
My name is Jose, and my partner is Cody, and we are from the opposition. And I'd like to thank the government for being here today. And I'd also like to thank the audience and judges and timekeeper. Our topic today is whether dorm students should have a bedtime or not, and we think they should. As Cody had stated before, students have plenty of time throughout the day to study in school, including the school day, and also the dorm internet doesn't shut off till 12 o'clock, so that's an extra 2 hours that you're in the dorm to study. He also stated, for the second point, that some students may have unlimited data, so in that sense they may share with other students, and in that case students may be able to stay up later and play video games and not really be doing homework. And on their third point, he stated that students may get detention, and in this case we would like to avoid them getting detention, so we shouldn't really let them stay up later. So to review, I'd like to say that we think students should be able to study throughout the day, and if not, study in the dorms for an extra 2 hours that the dorms Wi-Fi is up. We also would like to state that some students may have unlimited data and may share with other students. And we'd also state that we'd like to avoid students getting detention. So I would like to thank the audience for being here today, the judges, the timekeeper, and the opposition. And I would also like to thank my partner, and I would like to say vote opposition. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper.
1:53.
1:53. Thank you very much. All right, and if you would please put 1 final minute on the clock for Isaiah to prepare his closing statements for the government. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and give one final round of applause for Isaiah, please. And welcome him back as the final speaker of our debate today as the Prime Minister. Again, Mr. Speaker and Ms. Timekeeper, only a 2-minute speech this time. Madam, I keep calling you that. Miss Timekeeper, are you ready? All right. Mr. Speaker, whenever you're ready, then you may begin.
Hi, I'm Isaiah Davis, and I want to thank you again for coming and listening to our speech today. I want to say thank you to the audience, the timekeeper, the judge, the opposition, and my partner, Clay. I am the Prime Minister, and our topic is whether or not students should have a later bedtime, and we think that they should have the right to choose for their own bedtime. Our first point was that how Clay talked about how students may not want to continue the school day as soon as they return to the dorm without a break. Because some students also play sports, work, and have drama, for example. And that may come into the time they have to study. Our second point was that the internet shuts off late at night, so they might have to study on their own. Without playing games. And this means that many students may also not have unlimited data which prevents them from staying up late on the internet, and so they cannot game online. And even if they did have unlimited data, per se, we cannot control how they use their data. And regardless of if they use their data late at night or not, this creates a responsibility of them on the students' behalf of whether or not they want to use their data late at night. Also, one thing is that the data doesn't turn off at 12, it turns off at 11:30. Cody also said that they could get detention for staying up too late. And if they get detention, this will just show that they will learn something from it. And they don't think it's late. And I also want to clarify that we don't want a later bedtime, but for the students to create a responsible bedtime for themselves. I want to review my 3 points. The first point is that how students may not want to continue the school day as soon as they return. And the second point is that the internet does shut off late at night, preventing them from playing games and forcing them, and that may force them to. I want to say thank you to the audience, the timekeeper, and vote for the government.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And time, please, timekeeper.
2:59.
I'm sorry?
2:59.
2:59. All right, let's give everybody who debated a round of applause today. It can't be 2:59. It'd be 1:59, right? Okay. All right, let's give everybody a round of applause today for participating in this debate. All right, thank you very much.